Hello, I'm Brentan Schellenbach, and welcome to your online practice. I'm excited to share with you today a short warrior sequence flow that will go over all of the warrior lunges and the warrior balancing posture. And so the warrior poses are very good to increase strength and integration of the lower body, but they also have a lot of different effects on the insides of our systems too. So I'm excited to explore all of those things with you. Grab your yoga mat and we'll get started in downward facing dog.
Take your time warming up in downward facing dog. So maybe we start by bending the knees a little bit and sticking the sitting bones way up so we can start warming up the hamstring muscle, the top of the hamstring muscle, right where it attaches on the sitting bones. So try to get the pelvis really upside down and just let the spine dangle. And then we can warm up one leg at a time. Just bend one knee and drop opposite heel. And then move the bent knee's thigh back in the pelvis as you straighten it and bend the other knee. Just take that a few times, pedaling out the feet. We can meet in downward facing dog pose. And then keeping the left foot grounded on the mat, we can stretch the right leg all the way up to the sky. Keep the hips squared, keep the shoulders strong. And on the exhale, squeeze the knee all the way forward. Try to round yourself as much as you can into that angry cat shape. And then take the foot down. Wiggle your back foot back just a little bit. Drop the knee down to the floor. You can always take a blanket or double your mat for support. And let's just stretch the pelvis forward so we're getting nice and warm. And if the floor is too far away from you, put your hands on blocks or something just to lift the hands. Take a nice big inhale, stretch your pelvis down and forward. Open your heart and look up. And on the exhale, round your back ribs. Round your shoulder blades off your back, take your chin in. So you're just opening the shoulders. Inhale, stretch forward. And exhale, curl in. Taking one more. Coming forward into our low lunge. Ground the hands, lift the back leg, step all the way forward, Uttanasana. Let go of the back of the head and the chin together. Bend the knees if you like, step the feet wider, turn the toes in. So Uttanasana, I feel like, is one of the best poses to learn how to play with your variations of your poses and just see what different things make you feel. Ground through your strong feet. The legs might change here for your halfway lifts as you inhale, integrate the shoulders, pull your back ribs forward and breathe. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, Tadasana. Use your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big breath in. Exhale, hands draw down at the heart. One more, fill your lungs, breathe in. And exhale, fold. Inhale, let's take halfway lift. And exhale, you're always welcome to move just to down dog and hold the pose. Or if you want to build a little arm strength and it's okay for you to put weight on your wrist, step back to plank. Root your heels back, look forward, take your chin slightly forward, but don't go into a back bend. Only your shoulders go to back bend position. The core stays nice and active. Nice big breath in. And then exhale, lower down to your capacity without collapse. Inhale, press up. And exhale, move back, down dog. Ground your right heel to the floor and inhale, stretch the left leg all the way up. Exhale, let's move it forward. Stay lifted from your floor as you pull the foot through. Drop the back knee down. You can wiggle it back a little bit if you got the space. Of course, hands to a higher height if that feels good. Melt your pelvis down and forward. Nice big inhale.
Take the shoulder blades on the back, lift your chest and look up. And exhale, round out of it. Inhale, stretch forward. And exhale, round out of it. You can even pull the pelvis back here, that's okay. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, rounding out. Inhale, forward, low lunge. And then exhale, ground the hands, lift the back leg, stretch forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Smooth breath, inhale, halfway. Exhale, come up. Nice and easy, inhale, fill the lungs. Lift your whole skeleton. Exhale, hands together at the heart. We want to decompress our skeleton as much as we can. So inhale, imagine every bone lifting out of its neighbor. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to the floor. Move back to downward facing dog if that's what you're holding. Otherwise, we'll step back to plank. Build your plank pose on an inhale. Heels back, look forward, melt the heart, keep belly strong, and exhale. That whole arrangement stays lower without collapse. Inhale, press up. Bend the elbows slightly. Exhale, back. Inhale, ground your left heel, stretch the right leg all the way up, and exhale. Now let's start opening the hips. Take the foot through. Okay, spin your left foot flat for warrior two, so the toes are gonna open to the long edge of your yoga mat. And then ground your feet, roll up, and take your time setting your pose. So the feet go as far apart from each other as they can while keeping the pelvis neutral so it's not folding forward or tucking under. The feet are pressing down and hugging towards each other. Draw that hugging in energy up your spine, and that's where the arms reach open. Chin forward. Keep working with the feet, grounding them down, stretch out evenly through the arms, and try to get your whole body working as one. So what you're aware of in your body is that your right pinky feels as strong to you in your awareness as your left inner knee, for example. And you're decompressing your skeleton, so you're lifting it from the floor evenly in the shape of warrior two. Let's just fold down to the inside of the right foot. When you're ready, walk forward. Lift your back leg and pelvis away from the floor. Ground your hands. Round your back a little bit. Draw right heel into the body. And we'll step back just to downward facing. Take a big inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it go through the mouth. Return to Ujjayi breath, steady and easy. Ground your right heel and inhale, stretch the left leg up. Exhale, stay lifted from your floor. Draw your pose forward. Take left foot between the hands. Sit your back heel up for warrior two. The toes point open. So you got a T shape with your feet. And then roll up and take your time building your lower body into warrior two. So you're grounding through the feet, they squeeze in towards each other. And the thigh bones are both rolling open away from the center of your body. That's the hip opening. And then you stretch all the way up out of this. All sides of your torso evenly, drop your shoulders way down. Roll your front chest open here. So that means that it's as if your upper arms wanted your palms to roll up, so you can try that. And now the upper arms are firmly in place, then you can roll the forearms back down. See if there's a difference. and then melt down. Just let your legs kind of go here. You can maybe even shift a little bit left to right if that feels good. Always modifying or taking breaks when you need. And then when you're ready, you'll walk forward. You're more or less in a low lunge here. Draw your belly in, draw your heart in, and step back. Downward facing dog. All right, so we just did a pretty good job of opening the outside of the hips. Let's move our awareness around to the front of them. Ground your left heel. Inhale, stretch your right leg all the way up. Exhale, bring the foot through between the hands. So it's like you need to bring it through to a lunge, but you need to be as lifted from the floor as you can so that the lunge can move forward. So from here, let's set our back leg up in Warrior One prep. Step it in slightly. Turn the toes open just to the upper left-hand corner of your yoga mat. And then grounding through the feet, let's roll all the way up. If you feel like you're a little topsy-turvy, you can take the feet wider apart to secure your balance. And then you want to root the feet down, squeeze the legs up like you're putting on a really tight pair of pants. And now let's get aware of the back leg. Ground the back heel. Draw your left frontal hip bone into your body and squeeze the left leg back strongly. Now the front leg of a lunge always reflects the back work. So as we draw just a little bit at a time, keep your attention on the back leg and keep its work active. Now when you need more space for your pose, you just heel toe your right foot forward. And every time you deepen, you integrate, you draw up, you twist the heart forward, the arms lift. So you just keep working with that, breath after breath. As the shoulders begin to open, you might be able to take the arm bones back in space. Keep your sternum in while that happens, so move just from the joint of the shoulder. Drop your back heel down, take the front pelvis in, lift up, maybe even look up, smile, and then hands together. From here, let's draw the hands down to the hips. And we're going to step our back foot forward slightly. So let's just kind of reset ourselves here. Back foot forward slightly. So you're more or less in a short Warrior One prep. We'll take the hands down to the hips. From here, we're going to bend into the front knee, lean the heart way out beyond the big toe. Your back heel will lift. So now we're in a balance prep here. And this can be a really great starter shape if you're thinking that you're already burning right here. So if you're ready to go forward, we'll move to Warrior Three pose, Virabhadrasana 3. So really stretch your heart long, get your abdomen to hold up. So catch yourself with your core here, lengthen forward, and then you can begin to launch left foot in the air. So you're working over time. Don't think your balancing pose has to be perfect right away. You're just trying to feel your whole body evenly. So until you can do that, that's what you're focusing on. Once you have it, try to get your left heel, your pelvis, your heart, and your head all in one line. And then you can change the arms to something that makes sense. Get the chest really open here. Keep lifting left heel, lower the heart. And let's launch back into our Warrior One. So you land back nice and easy. Feel the difference in your standing leg. Feel your back heel ground, your front pelvis draw in, lift up, reach out of your skeleton, and then exhale, take the hands down to the floor. And we'll move back just to downward facing dog here. So you can get the back of the right leg to stretch. Take a big inhale through the nose, and exhale out through the mouth. Let all of the muscles go from your face and release all memories. So all memories of side one. Ground through the right heel. Inhale, stretch the left heel up. Exhale, pull through. Ground your left foot and step your right foot in slightly with the toes open ever so slightly for Warrior One prep. Then roll up. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. Draw the left foot over to the side. Ground your feet down, draw all the way up through your legs, ground your left heel down, and lift up. So now you should feel like the whole left leg is participating in this pose, from the heel all the way up through the pelvis, and now keep all of that start to descend into the front knee. So this is hip extension in this right leg. This is where you should feel it, on the front of your right pelvis. You can heel toe forward. Keep the pelvis sitting evenly between the legs. You know that's happening because you can push down through the feet evenly, squeeze up through the legs evenly, and then that squeezing up will take the spine up. It'll take the arms up. Sit evenly between your two legs. Squeeze up, lift up. If you can move just from the shoulder joint and you want to feel decompressed there so the ribs are lifting, if you feel schlumpy at all, just keep your arms where they are. If you feel lifted and light, you can start to take your arm bones back in space just from the shoulder. Even look up here, start a little back bend with the upper body. And then exhale, take the hands together at the heart. Take the hands to the pelvis. Step the back foot in slightly, and you can adjust your front foot too, just so you feel like you got this. So your left foot is grounding. When you're ready, lean forward. Your back foot will lift as it has to take your heart forward from your left big toe. Once it's forward, feel the core activate. You're already feeling this left leg charge like crazy, and that's why this might be a good place to stay. When you're ready, if you're ready for Warrior 3, start to pull the leg up. P.S. It doesn't need to be straight. So if a bent leg is more useful to you at this moment in time, then take it. Work to turn your pelvis down to the ground. That's the work of the pose. Lift your right heel. Lift your abdomen. Lengthen through the skull. Open through the chest. And you're trying to get into one line if you can feel your whole pose working as one. Right heel, pelvis, heart, and skull. The skull can look forward and up a little bit. When you're ready, soften your back foot. Come back to Warrior 1 just briefly. Don't be so secure on the alignment here, just feel the difference. Feel your whole body now. And then when you're ready, hands down to the floor. Let's move back to downward facing dog, where you can just pedal out through the feet, feel the backs of the legs open, and the outer hips become a little bit less challenged. Release the back of your head and your chin together. And let's take another cleansing breath that's in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's lower down to the knees. And sitting back onto the heels, we can come to an easy seated position. And we'll start with Baddha Konasana. So a little bit of stretch to the outer hips. Ground your feet together. And if you feel like you're being tugged by your low back and you're rolling down to the ground, obey that directional force in your body by leaning back into the pose, as far as your body wants to lean back, even if you want to lay all the way down on the ground. If you're sitting upright, your pelvis sphere is free and clear, and you can move forward at your heart by initiating a pelvic fold, then take your Baddha Konasana. Wherever you are, let this be a calming, a relaxing pose. And you can already feel like the physical results of the warrior poses in the legs and just how much strength they really command of the physical body. And sometimes when our physical bodies get really fiery like that, it can be a challenge to also be aware of what's going on internally inside of us. But that is especially what the warrior archetype is being called to do. They're constantly being called to evaluate what their internal state is so they can make decisions and act on them in their warrior archetype. Because a warrior doesn't take commands, he creates his own commands. Come down to your back, relax your head, Draw your knees into your chest and then just take what makes sense here. You can just roll on the ground or take happy baby pose. Or even if you wanted to spend some time down here and just pause the video and just really like have 10 delicious minutes of supine pose work, you could take your thread your needles and you can twist and you can do all sorts of cool stuff. If you're ready for just a little shavasana, just a little meditation to get yourself clear and ready for your day, stretch your legs out. Take the arms by the side. Everything should open up to the sky. So this is an offering posture, a surrendering posture. And then do your work for 1 minute today of just relaxing everything in your body. When you're thinking about something else, you're not relaxing, because relaxing requires your full attention and participation. And you're gonna get pulled out of it, that's normal. But just know what your work is and align yourself to it as much as you can remember to. This is the part of the practice that we would love to take with us everywhere we go, in any situation we find ourselves in. So keep it. Keep the essence of this posture, but start to change your body. So start a little bit of movement in your fingers and your toes. The breath might deepen as a reminder that just because your fingers and toes are moving doesn't mean you have to start doing something or going someplace. No, you can just relax and be here and breathe. Start to stretch your body in any way that you like, that feels good, that makes sense. Step your feet in if that feels okay. And then roll over to either side. When you're ready, press on up to a seated position. So thank you for exploring all of the different warrior poses and the archetype of the warrior today. I hope you feel stronger in your body and like you have more ease in your mind and heart. Namaste.